Good evening. What's up, fellas? And ladies, of course. I doubt there's too many ladies watching this video, but if you are, welcome and thanks for stopping by. Tonight we have a special guest in the house, Mr. Fender Twin Reverb. It's a Silverface twin, late 70s. Wonderful sounding amplifier. I know some of you out there think that blackface amps are the only amps worth having. I have to disagree. I think Fender made some wonderful Silverface amps, and this is one of them. So, like I said, it's a late model Silverface Twin Reverb. It's got the master volume push-pull. Anyhow, so a little bit about the amp. The amp belongs to a legend in these parts by the name of Wayne Smith. Wayne is the cat's meow of sound men when it comes to running audio sound for live acts and bands. Wayne has run sound for some pretty amazing bands over the decades, and he deserves to shout out for his work over the years. And anybody you talk to in the 757 where we live, they give nothing but high praise for Wayne's work and for Wayne as a person. And I feel very fortunate to have gotten to meet him last year. He ran sound for a gig that we played. It was called the annual Fall Down. I know, right? And anyway, Wayne ran sound for us, and it was perfect. I mean, everything about it. He, from setup to sound check to making adjustments throughout the show, it was amazing. And I just felt like I was, we were in good hands with Wayne, at the soundboard. And I was really impressed. And I got to speak with Wayne, and we talked some. Wayne had heard from a friend of mine and his that I worked on amplifiers and built them from scratch. And Wayne got my card and wanted to get me to go through this amp and do an overhaul. So the overhaul is now complete. It was very time consuming. Anybody who's ever done one of these, it's a large circuit. There's a lot of components. You got 4 output tubes. It just makes for a long day when it comes to going through and doing the surgery on these things to get them back to their glory days, So, but anyway, a lot of hard work went into this, and a lot of solder and flux and isopropyl alcohol. And but anyway, we got it back. We got it back up and running, and I'm gonna do a little demo here for you tonight, and see what you think. Everything's functional in the amp. The vibrato, the reverb. Obviously, on these Fender circuits, channel 1 is kind of a dry channel. There's no effects. And we will plug into that, but I've tested all the inputs, and we're playing through the stock speakers that are in the cabinet. What's amazing now, this amp is like dead quiet. I love it. I love a good quiet amp. I can't stand plugging into an amp, turning it on, even a brand new amp, and you get all this like white noise, like hiss and hum and whatnot. It's just, nobody should have to have that in a guitar amp. It should be quiet. And impressively enough, that this Fender is really, really quiet at idle. So, like, I don't even have the volume turned down. The volumes are all the way up. So, take note, very quiet amp. Now, we are plugged into channel 2, which is the reverb channel. That channel has reverb and vibrato. So, if you listen to the trails, can hear the reverb. Let's get the vibrato on now. I've got it set kind of subtle. Okay. Vibrato off. Now we're back just on the reverb, which is what I like. Good sounding amp, Wayne. Wayne was telling me that about some of the notable players who have plugged in and played this amp on stage. And I was like, wow, I did not know. So just a few names. The band Poco had a pedal steel player named Rusty Young. Awesome steel guitar player. May he rest in peace. Rusty was a phenomenal player. And the band Poco was a great band from the 70s and early 80s. Also from the Atlanta Rhythm section, which is one of my favorite bands, Barry Bailey, lead guitar player for ARS, played through this amp. Jock Bartley from the band Firefall has gigged through this amp as well. But last and not least, ladies and gentlemen, the late great B.B. King played through this amplifier. Can you believe it? I mean, what a privilege to get to actually go through and overhaul an amp that these great players played through. I was really honored to get the opportunity to do this, and I took very great care in going through this amp and trying to get it back to its glory days. So, without further ado, thank you, Wayne, for the opportunity of doing that. You're a gentleman and a scholar, and not necessarily in that order. It just sounds wonderful. Okay, there you go. Wayne, she's ready for you to come pick it up anytime. Let's go ahead and plug into these other inputs. There's input 1. This is the hotter input on that channel. It's real snappy, which I love that. Okay, let's go into the normal channel. Input 2. And there you go. All the inputs are working. Thing about these amps, which is kind of cool, you can set the tone stack on the dry channel. If you want more of a lead tone, turn the mid all the way up, and the treble, to your taste. Turn the bass down a lot, and use like an A/B pedal with some different effects, and run your overdrive into channel 1. Maybe a delay, maybe a reverb if you like it. And then just do all your clean stuff into channel 2 on these amps, and they're fantastic. These are great amps. And, well, I got one down, and I don't know how many I've got on the bench to get on now, but I've still got quite a few. But anyway, this is another one in the books, and Wayne, I can't wait for you to come by and play it. And hear it, and get to take it back home and put it back in your arsenal. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for stopping by.